Hi everyone, I've decided to conduct an experiment to build a camper for 10,000 euros. Whether I'll succeed or not, I have absolutely no idea. I'm doing this for the first time, so if you're interested, please subscribe to give me more motivation to keep going with this work, and we'll all see together how it turns out for me. My budget is 10,000 euros, including the vehicle. At this stage, I've bought a 2013 Fiat Ducato, and based on this Fiat that you see right now, this beautiful one, I've decided to build a camper. The van itself cost me about 20,000 zlotys. It was cheaper, but then there's the repairs and so on. So far, it's 25, and that leaves me with a budget of 15,000 zlotys. I don't know how it'll turn out. Friends, let's see. But for now, let's talk about my plans. What exactly do I want to do? I decided to cram in as much as possible, make a list, and then cut back as I build, meaning things I don't need or simply won't have the funds for. And for those who want to support my project, there's a link below. You can toss a few coins via PayPal or Coffee Buy to help my project go a bit faster and be more fun. First of all, of course, I need to do the brakes, change all the oils, all sorts of belts, and prepare the technical side of the vehicle. As you can see, it's a standard cargo box, and I'd like to install 2 vent windows. One window on the roof, which will be responsible for the exhaust for the shower and toilet, and another exhaust where the sleeping area is. I'd also like one side window because for now there's no money for the others, so we'll stick with one side window in the kitchen area. I plan to install a lock because, as you can see, there's no lock on my doors. I need to come up with something. I looked at locks, and there's simply 100 to 120 euros for locks for this kind of vehicle, so I'll just buy a regular 10 euro house lock. The toilet too. There are cassette toilets where the cassette has a complex external removal system. I'll install a regular, very cheap toilet. I'm planning on one that's about 100 euros. The shower, same thing. We'll do it later, you'll see. The shower too. I found an option with a cheap Chinese pump. We'll check how it works, how long it lasts, and whether it breaks or not. The kitchen area will also be as cheap and simple as possible. I won't complicate anything. I plan to install air conditioning because once, before I started building my camper. And by the way, I recommend this to everyone. I rented a camper, drove across all of Poland, and tried it out, finding some pros and cons. What's for me, what I like, what I don't like, and I already have some idea of how I want to build the camper. And the main thing is, of course, air conditioning, because without it, it was very hot, very stuffy sleeping in a plastic box. So, well, solar panels, of course, will also be needed. A battery for the solar panels, cabinets. Cabinets are in the plans, yes. And I also plan to make swivel chairs for the dining area. I'll actually do everything as I go. I've set up a ranking for myself of the things I need. And if I don't have enough budget, then many things I just won't install. Like, for example, the air conditioner. Well, if you donate, then we'll install the air conditioner too. I'm planning, well, a refrigerator, curtains for the windows, so that in the entrance area it's not too hot and bright. Well, and from such additional tuning for the car itself, I wanted air suspension. If there's not enough money, we won't install it, but we'll install it later when we earn more money. Such as a bicycle, Starlink, and, well, monitors so that there are video cameras around the car to make it convenient to park. Overall, that's it. Let's go. Let's inspect our camper, what's in it, and my plans, what I want to do in it. Well, friends, I'll try to open it because I want to use this back part to make a garage. It's perfectly suited for that. Though these things are broken, we'll think of something for this. Maybe I'll make these gates smaller somehow. We'll see. Oh, wow, really? Wow, just look at this absolutely huge thing. Yeah, it's heavy, need to think of something. Hydraulics, of course, will be very expensive. Well, I'm planning it roughly so that you could drive a motorcycle in here, for example. It'll be, I think, a very cool thing. We'll see. As I already said, there's no lock here. We'll have to think of something. To put some kind of lock here, I don't know. I think just a regular household one because it's the cheapest. And here's the side door. So the plan is to make it so that the kitchen is here on the left. Well, and here we'll cut an opening, and then we'll think about how to do the layout. Now I'll take a marker, we'll do the layout and see. Here's the entrance door right by the wall. Well, and here on the left, I think I plan to make the kitchen. So like this. Somewhere around here, we'll cut an opening so that the chairs can be turned around. There, here somewhere we'll have a dining table, I don't know, roughly like this. We'll draw it. Here, I think I'll make a window like this. These metal things, of course, we'll unscrew them because we just don't need them. We might use them as reinforcements on the roof because actually this box, it wobbles all over the place and we need to think about how to reinforce it. And here I'll have the kitchen area. Over here, I'm thinking, of course, there'll be a bed. Well, there's also an option. I'll grab a tape measure now and check. Maybe the garage will close. Ishko and open. Let's make the garage 70 centimeters and 140 centimeters for the bed. And here, naturally, cabinets, a shower area. It'll be something like this. Well, something like that. So the vehicle isn't new. It's been worked hard. And you see from those metal elements inside, it's clear heavy loads were carried and they dented this plastic. I think I'll just unscrew these bolts and patch the spots with some fiberglass. And that's it. I'll sand it down and paint it. Someone already tried to do something here. They patched up some kind of hole here too. And with something really soft, it even looks like modeling clay. It's clear that this aluminum part, there's likely some damage underneath it. Like they were driving somewhere, hit something and broke it. So they screwed on an aluminum plate to cover the hole. It doesn't lead inside this hole, it just covers the vehicle's frame itself. So honestly, I don't really think there's anything particularly critical or even scary about it for me. I'll just say it's actually really cool that this box is 2 meters and 20 centimeters wide, meaning I can add 10 centimeters of insulation on each side and my standard bed will fit across. And the height is also 2 meters and 20 centimeters. It's an absolutely perfect size. I can insulate the floor, the ceiling, and it'll just be wonderful. And the best part is that it's square, so I don't have to struggle with those curves like in regular vans where there are curves and you have to figure out how to build around them. Here, just bring in the furniture, put in standard furniture. But I can't use regular standard furniture because it's too heavy. So in the next episode, I'll go to the scales and weigh the vehicle. And to avoid being overweight, and so it's not too hard on the truck, and overall to avoid high fuel consumption, I'll just try to make the construction as light as possible. Meaning using special lightweight plywood, using some aluminum rails, and everything else possible, I'll keep it minimal to make this truck lighter. But you guys don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. Write in the comments what you think about all this.